Pounders, little flash mob stream for you. We're going to be hitting the $50 sprint. We did have to start the stream early too. And we get the 4 spot. It actually filled. This is a contest that might have overlay. It's the $50 entry, 22,000 entrant contest. The rake is under 10%, just barely, which is nice. 100K up top, 5,000 a second. Nice payouts up at the tippity top. Let's bring Brees Hall here to the 4 spot. Let's have a little bit of fun with this $50 entry. And basically, if you make the playoffs, it's 2 out of 12 advance out of this current room. The playoffs are week 15, 16, 17 combined points. So you're going to be paired with 3,700 teams that make the finals. Minimum payout is, again, just your money back. So you even have to get in the top 2K. It's going to be top heavy. These contests, that's how you get the nice big 100K up top, 50K. And then the drop off isn't that crazy, right? It's only dropping off by about, 20% here from second to third, which is nice. It's nice and flat at the top, nice and heavy at the top. That's what we want to see. 10K plus to the top 10. Really, really well thought out structure here. And we have those people that want to make the finals. Well, guess what? This is the easiest way to make the finals. It's just going to come to you at the slim price of 50 bills. Benny in the house. What's up, Ben? Logan in here. I can chat. Yay. He must have slammed the subscribe button. Congrats and welcome to the Pounders live chat. We are in exciting news on the way to the 2K sub goal for the 24-hour live stream. We are 98 subscribers away from having to do a 24-hour live stream. Okay, shit. We're 97 away from having to do the 24-hour live stream. We're going to try to book 24 guests for that. And oh my, it's looking like there's a possibility you guys might be putting us to the test here soon. Mr. Pertzberg in the house. Bindle's in the house. Well, I'm actually surprised to see, or not to see, in this room, Jewish McCaffrey and or Nez. I know Nez has been crushing these. Crash Rich, someone that is usually in those Battle Royale type lobbies, seen a ton of Crash Rich in season contests. Not as much for the season long during the summer. FF Links, I know this cat on the Twitter machine has already maxed BBM, so on to the next for him. Fantasy football is fun. Not sure if I know who that is. Oh, what the hell happened? Like, what changed? What changed? Do we go double RB start, super high T? Ooh, yikes. I sort of want to try this. Yeah. I think it'll be low owned. You're going to be seeing my BBM exposures. I only have 2 sprints, so maybe after I get like 4 sprints, I'll actually change it to the sprint. So I'm not going to be paying attention too much to my exposures in this contest. The reasoning here is basically what % of teams is actually doing this? I think it's going to be pretty low. And when you're in a finals that has 3,700 teams, and again, what % of teams are doing this? What % of teams can then, that do it, advance their team in a 2 out of 12 structure? Because you need to be able to balance this pretty well after this start. Give us Devonta Smith. Give us Devonta Smith. Oh, we happy? Okay, we happy. We happy. We're going to the moon. Now, if we get a little Jalen Hurts fall to 45, and then we're gonna have to like triple tap receiver somehow. Jalen Hurts at 45. We have to get by line of scrimmage, 2 picks. Probably gonna be looking doubtful there. Can't believe the eliminator filled on me before I could fill it. I got 100 in. I would have loved to do 150 in that contest. Thought my edge was absolutely massive compared to some of these other contests where I think it's still good. The eliminator, people are just drafting flat out wrong. Like flat out wrong. Thing is, like, it takes quite a while to max a contest. So Ben in the house, what's up, dude? Have to get back to you on, we're planning on a portfolio review for BBM. Ben, Steph, Nick, trying to get the whole gang together for another fun review. How much overlay are we expecting in the sprint? It's gonna be tough to tell. I bet you won't see more than 8% though. I bet you will see these lobbies start to fly, especially after BBM fills, right? So after some of these other contests fill, they're gonna be in the sprint. So I actually think doing them right now might be a little better. We get 1, 2, 3, 4. We get 5 badgeless in this room. Like that's that's pretty good. That's pretty good in a $50 contest. All right. Is he gonna go Lamar here? He could go Lamar here, 39. Shake it up. Oh my god, this guy goes 3 RBs. Keep going RB. He goes Jalen Hurts. Oh, the badgeless punishing. Interesting. Now he definitely could go Lamar here. It was wishful thinking that he would go Lamar over Jalen Hurts just because we have Devonta Smith. Definitely wishful thinking. But guess what? You need a little bit of wishful thinking in these contests. The 3 RB start and then Jalen Hurts is like, it's something. That's something. Oh yeah, the Eliminator filled a few days ago, Ben. What a fun contest though. This is 100% true. There are no badges in the marathon lobbies. It is the wild, wild west. It's really tough to like pair your QB with your pass catchers because people are going like naked Rodgers. They're going naked Staffy. It's like, you don't understand. In the marathon, it's a cumulative scoring. Every single team is in that same pod of 150,000 teams. If Rodgers has a good year, like that means his pass catchers had a damn good year. So it is the ultimate draft like you're right contest, and unfortunately there are a lot of new drafters just ruining your hopes and dreams of getting your stacks. This is awesome. Can Saquon please get 4 points per touchdown if he helps with the tush push? Disbanded Brotherhood in the house. What's up, man? Let's see what we get coming back to us. I am going to favor elite QBs in this style format pretty damn heavily. So if this isn't, it's really tough to go Mahomes Kelsey here, I will say, just because of starting 2 RBs. Give us Amari Cooper, please. Suck. I'm also okay with T. Higgs here. George Pickens is interesting with the threat of being joined by Ayuk. I think we just double tap receiver here. Who do we get at 52 though? This could be like Mahomes, Rice, but again, we're sort of catching up at receiver here. We sort of put ourselves in a situation with a double RB start. So this guy's probably going Mahomes, Rice, I would have to assume. Maybe people are afraid of the George Pickens fall because of the chance of him being joined by Ayuk. I still wouldn't mind a player like this, especially at pick 52 where we start double RB. Okay, Pickens is gone. I think in sharper rooms he will fall though. And I'm still okay grabbing the slide, especially in this contest where like you're shooting for a 3-game ceiling. Yeah, Ben, I saw this team. Did Cooper with Winston in the last round. I think it was like was it a Cleveland triple stack? Yeah, this guy goes Mahomes, Rice. I think that's sharp. If we go Terry, we can sort of bet on, we could bet on Jaden Danny's. What do we want to do here? I think Terry here's smart. I do want Jaden Daniels for this. So let's go Terry here. If we don't go Terry, what are we doing? I don't mind Jacobs in that spot if he's available. I also don't mind A-Rich. But the double RB start sort of forces you into this corner. So we'll see if we can dig ourselves out of it. We tap Devonta Smith, T. Higgs, and Terry McLaurin. The recovery is in process. Yeah, so it was a triple stack. Chubb, Cooper, and Njoku. It looked like a fun team. And honestly, if there's no good 18th round clicks, like I'd be more willing to do that, Ben, in a contest like Weekly Winners. Like if something happened to Deshaun Watson and now Winston, if he has that QB1 week, like you're massively leveraging 180,000 person tournament. How big was the weekly winners? Was around 180, right? It's been a minute since I've done a weekly winners. 187 just about. We stopped right at 50. Again, I wanted more entries, but it just is what it is. So we're at 47 and we have 3 slows going on. Hey, Lucas is in the 2-hole. Let's see what Lucas has going on. Fantasy football is fun, so he is a pounder. CeeDee Lamb, Neighbors, Ayuk, Christian Kirk, and Josh Jacobs. Love the start. Definitely saw some overreactions to Neighbors on the Twitter machine today about him not receiving a target on his 11 plays. But does someone know how many routes he ran? I know he was vocal about it as well, but you're going to be getting that all season long. You're going to be getting that all season long. He's just a competitor, so if he doesn't get the ball, he's going to complain. It's going to sort of probably be like a Odell Beckham situation. This guy's got the 1-3 start. Let's see what he does. See what he does. Okay. He starts to recover with Brown. And I do think in this contest, I'm going to be stressing little unique combinations more so than BBM, just because you're in a pool. The finals, basically, is 3,700 teams. So how can we get different, but in a smart way? Brees Hall and Achane, 2 players. I've been catching up on the Achane exposure. As you can see, we were at 2% not too long ago, but I wanted to see how far he was going to fall. We scooped him in the 30s in some rooms that he fell to us, and then we just sort of waited, and he looks like he in this contest he goes much higher, but in BBM he's around the 2-3. And now we're mixing him in with all different players. But we definitely waited to draft him in BBM to see where his final price was going to be. But I'm comfortable bringing H in into different combinations all the way to pick 13. Okay. Godwin's here. Not the highest of upside. But let's see. It's going to be one of these 3. Realistically, if we can get 2 of these 5, I guess we can add Fergie Ferg in there. Fergie Ferg having an absolute field day. Let's go Rome here. Someone that we're hoping has a huge role towards, end of the season's ideal. But mid-season, for where he goes in price, like you want him to have a role right away. But we get him at pick 69. I think this is more interesting than Godwin from a 3-game standpoint, having that upside towards the end of the season. If Rome was gone, it probably is Godwin. Godwin or Calvin Ridley, I think, is pretty close. But with Ridley, like you're getting that discount in this contest because you're expecting Hopkins to at least be active for those games. Ridley, someone that we're heavily targeting in other contests. I think like the Eliminator is a perfect example of where Ridley's really, really good. You're getting that early season production. You're getting an early bye week, which has the highest advance rate at 75%. Yeah, I'd be surprised if it's more than 8%. I think this gets to around 92%. So we get C-Watt here. Ooh, I think I want to do that. And then on the way back around, do we get Jaden Daniels to come to us? We should be able to. If he goes, he'll go before ADP, and we can't do anything about that. Let's go C-Watt. Let's go for the upside. This is beautiful. We have the spoons out right now. We go early double RB, and now we're scooping ADP values at a position of need. Yes. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you for trying to save my draft. Oh, we truly, truly, truly appreciate it. If you guys are just joining me, go down, slap the like on the live stream. We're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream. If we can hit 2,000 subs before NFL kickoff, we are 97. 97 away. Dangerously close. Dangerously close. And let me know, are you guys drafting the sprints right now? Are you waiting to see if it's going to fill? What's been your strategy? Are you I know they fill slow, but they are filling faster. They're filling faster than before. Now with the eliminator complete, weekly winners is going to be coming to a finish. So you have to think that these drafts are going to start filling a lot faster than they have been. JSN at 83. Where's his ADP in this? And this has a whole different set of ADPs. So I don't think they're the sharpest, especially with it only being 21% filled. So with not as many drafts, like the ADPs aren't changing as quickly, I should say, and then being able to take advantage of those ADPs. The risers won't rise as fast. The fallers won't fall as fast. Tajay at 111. So I do think it's important to just go through and make sure that, because they're going to be different than BBM, it's going to be different than the other contests. Go through and see where the ADPs lie. You had Mike Williams activated from the pup, which is nice. Been bringing him along as he falls on those Josh Allen teams as a bring back for that game. Curtis Samuel at 86. All right, the QBs are flying. All three of these guys have QBs, so we just have to hope no one wants Jaden Daniels. We also have Burrow as an option too with T. Higgs. Ooh, J-Wolf says, how do you feel about the Giants stack this year? They remind me of the Texans last year. Well, it is kind of funny how, oh dear, okay. All right, we get Jane Daniels here. Whew, I saw purple nurple. That kind of scared me. All right, and we do get a little week 16 correlation too, which is so sick. A little bonus there. Showed to us by bestballoverlay.com, promo code Pounders, all caps, for 33% off. Yeah, you're definitely getting a discount on Danny Dimes. I think a portion of that is because we fear that he's not going to have the same rushing upside, especially early in the season, with the knee injury, with the neck injury. And then the O-line's kind of trash. So we'll see. In a way, they're very different, but you are getting a discount on the QB. Last year with the Texans, you were getting a discount on Nico Collins. He rose from like 170 to like 115. And in the Herzig draft that we did last year, ooh, what do I want to do here? We did scoop the rising Nico Collins, which ended up to be the right thing. So it didn't really matter that we got him at like 124-ish. The double in Green Bay is kind of awkward. I also don't mind Moss in the situation. Let's bring in Njoku here. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about going Dobbs and Seawatt without Love. Caleb's an option, but Caleb falls in these rooms, so we'll see what happens with Caleb here. But ideal QBs, if we can get Caleb and then Deshaun Watson would be pretty nice. But yeah, the receivers are definitely they're definitely more expensive for the Giants, just with Neighbors going in like the second round, third round. There was unknown, right? There was a lot of unknown with the Texans because of the rookie QB. And in a way, because we saw Stroud be so successful, it's probably why you see Caleb Williams go this early. And then obviously his elite talent surrounding him definitely doesn't hurt. But yeah, when I go Neighbors, I really feel obligated to bring in Danny Dimes. Jordan in the house, what's up? Drafting the $50 sprint. These have been filling a little faster, which helps us with content. But also, I want to get about 10 of these minimum, 10 to 12 sprints in before it closes or before the season comes to a close. We still have 50 BBMs left as well. So getting the content in, getting my drafts, the late night plus EV drafts in, See if Caleb comes to us. If not, yeah, this is expected. So I don't take this as like a negative thing. It's going to be interesting. If I saw another post today about Dallas, like potentially being interested in Miles Sanders, which is kind of gross. And then who do you think that hurts more? Like, do you guys think that hurts Rico more? Or do you guys think that hurts Zeke more? Because maybe it's biased because it's the way I've been drafting the whole offseason. I think it does hurt Rico more. Yeah, and you would hope that a rushing QB can sort of mask a little bit of the O-line woes. But for the Giants last year, it was just that bad. It was just that bad. Yeah, depending on overlay, you could see me get up to 50. We're at like 15 right now. If I think that's going to massively overlay like 15%, I am going to rip as many as my fingers and wife allow. Does the Caleb fall work? We have to get by really 2 teams. We really only have to get by 1 team unless this guy just goes crazy. Oh, God. Of course he has the Chicago piece. It should be a good thing. But why do I feel like this guy's going to go 3 QBs? Brace for impact. Brace for impact. Dear God, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, I'm going to need like a freaking brace bar for August drafting with these badgeless guys just going crazy. He might be on, is he on auto? Oh, wow. Yeah, we pushed it. Big brain. Enormous size brain. Really small. It's small. All right. Feeling pretty good. Feeling really good. And this is a contest actually I would recommend turning on week 15 for on bestballoverlay.com so you can see all the games. You can see the spreads of week 15, 16, 17. This has to be a receiver or a running back. And you could play the forward side with Njoku here, and you can just say Chubb either doesn't return to form or re-injures. You could play the Nick Chubb side and play for the last 3 weeks of the year. I think that's also interesting. Both of those take a little bit of galaxy braining. Could we go Gabe Davis and then on the way back around go RB? 141, 148. Gabe's off. 141, 148. It's going to be tough to catch up at RB there. I think we definitely needed an RB in this spot. Did we plan for the James Conner injury for the end of season? I like I'm leaning towards one of these 2. Rams, Carolina, Jets, Arizona. Let's go Trey Benson here. I love how you can get these guys at will now. Now that like Singletary's risen up, a lot of those RBs that we were clicking have been either risers or just Benson and Corum have been falling. Now I can just really catch up on their exposure without really forcing the issue. It's awesome. It's awesome. That early fade feels really good, even though it's like it's a 12 pick drop, but it makes a big difference. All right. I may have taken Eric Gray in the 17th last night in the flock contest. I'll admit, I was 100% a slappy on one $10 contest. No Cat Mac in the house. What's up? Jared in the house. What's up, Jared? Oh, this is standard. This is standard. He does that. Seems like he does that every year. This is basically just, it would require injury, in my opinion, for Trey Benson to really hit his upside. Same thing for Corum. That's why you see me with a ton more Charbonnet, because I'm more comfortable going receiver in that range if someone falls to me that I like. And then just grabbing like Charbonnet or Ty Chandler, players like that. Algier will be interesting in this one as well with Breece Hall. If you have something happen to Bijan, if you have Breece Hall and Tyler Algier and Algier's a starter, that could give you a pretty big advantage in a 3,700 person final. So you have to find little ways to gain an advantage over or leverage a good portion of the field. Makes it a little easier for you to get there. Is Mooney still on the board? Mooney's an interesting one. I don't mind the Josh Downs injury. I know the high ankle sprains can linger, but in my opinion, his ADP was just wrong from the jump. You could go 80 Mitchell, but Alec Pierce now having all of a sudden, Alec Pierce not just doing cardio on the field, actually catching balls for touchdowns. Polk is here. I'd say Polk, Ricky, Mooney, AD Downs. One of these guys with a running back, we're hoping for Ty Chandler, Lloyd, Algier, I would say are the top three. We'll see what comes to us. Yeah, this is a great comparison. From the Texans to the Vikings, definitely question marks at QB. Good comparison though. I don't know if we get Ricky back to us. That's the thing. Like, I don't think we get Ricky back to us. And we don't have a San Fran piece. And I will say, you're probably going to need a San Fran piece. So let's bring in Ricky here. Let's bring in Ricky. We have this little double correlation going on too. So we get a little extra EV from Ricky. Playing Miami week 16. We have the Cleveland correlation for HM week 17. So some of these game scripts hopefully work in our favor. P47W likes Jennings over Ricky. Most likely early season. You're going to see a mix of them. Jennings a Super Bowl hero. Almost. Almost. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe that was the problem. Deshaun Watson's got to be on this list as well. The thing is, though, after Chandler and Algier, it does get a little spotty. Like, we're probably hoping Dobbins is someone that comes back to us. Ray Davis was with this fumbling issues, just kind of a little worrisome, I would say, especially because the coaches have noted it. Algier, Deshaun Watson here would be nice. This guy's got no QBs. And if we pass on Deshaun Watson, we're just basically, we're giving up on it. We're just giving up on it. Is he on auto? Is this guy on auto too? No, he's not. Ooh. Algier gone. Now I say we go Deshaun. Gonna like this three QB combo here. Gonna really, really like this for the playoffs and for advanced rate purposes. You have Winston. Oh my God, Ben, you're really stuck on it, aren't you? Oh no. The Winston brain has taken over. Oh, come on. Come on. Too much. Nick in the house, what's up? Hoots, is there a policy where they can cancel the tournament if it doesn't fill a certain amount? No, I believe these are just guaranteed money. It'll show you what contests are guaranteed or not. So the G down here, guaranteed payouts. So what you're looking at is what you get. What you're looking at is what you get. Unless there's something in the very fine print. Dobbins is ideal. I don't think he's going to fall to us, though, with the recent news. Yeah. No, it's a smart click. It's definitely a smart click. I really don't fault you there. If we get Dobbins to us, though, that'd be nice. Chuba, you'd basically be betting on an injury to Brooks. And then early season production, which is nice from him anyways. But one of these two coming back to us, Ray Davis, it probably feels good to get a Buffalo piece in here as well. But our receivers are strong. I think we caught back up. Running back, we need one or two to get some help. Henry's there, Fant's there, Conklin's there, and Isaiah Likely. I'd say one of these four And we could probably stop at 2 and just lean into 2 of these guys. Could be the best route there. Chuba gone. There's no way Dobbins is getting by Crash Rich, so there's no way Dobbins gets by Crash Rich. Antonio Gibson had like 4 carries for 4 yards and then caught like a 12-yard ball. He's going to make his money on 3rd down. 4 times for 4 yards, caught a 13-yard ball. FF Links is probably in the live stream too. Dude, the insta-click. The insta-click. This dude was like just jamming it. Just jamming it. God damn. When you know the sharp people and who they're going to draft is just so funny. Oh, God. Ray Davis, dear Lord, baby Jesus, hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. We're bringing him in. We're risking it. We're risking it for the biscuit. Braylon Allen not going to be on this team's list. Estime, Kendre Miller, still one that's going to be interesting. You're getting quite the discount. But is there any Kendre Miller news? Like, can this guy get a freaking hamstring massage, please? Pro Football Network. Oh, God. Selling Dynasty. What kind of title is that? You can't sell him in Dynasty. He's hurt. Like, I don't even play Dynasty. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything really new on Kendre, which is a little concerning. One of these two, I think we could stop at 2 and just really lean in. Pounders, Charles in the house. Let's get those last 100 subs to get that 2K and the 24-hour live stream to come with it. All right, looks like we're getting one of these two. Jets. That would have been interesting to get a little pairing of Conklin and Brees. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I feel like we can skip out on Bateman here. Go likely. Even if nothing happens, right? Even if Andrew stays healthy all year, if they run more 2 tight end sets, like likely could be very valuable at the tight end position, especially in this range. Would have liked Conklin there, though. Mini team correlation with Brees. In a way, you're sort of leveraging the touchdowns from Garrett Wilson as well. But, oh my. The $50 drafts. Curious how everyone's team comes out. I want to do a quick review and just fly through everyone's team and see if there's any dead teams. This 12 spot looks like it could be dead. Going these 3 RBs and then going Mixon is like, it's a tough look. It's a tough look. Okay, he is catching up at receiver a little bit. See if he goes 9. Danny Dimes off the board at 176. Did he get Neighbors? Didn't get Neighbors. He's again boxed at QB. Oh my God. FF Links, bro. What is happening? The double elite tight end. The naked Dak. Brings in Brandon Cooks. I don't know. Dude, I want to do a lot of sprints today. I do want to do a lot of sprints today. Maybe we queue up another sprint or marathon. If you guys want to see the marathon, I'm completely open to drafting that as well. This is probably going to end up a 3-6-7 or a 3-5-8. This would be like the perfect team for Antonio Gibson, but who do we pad this with? I think Roshan's interesting, having a little bit of a passing profile with Caleb. We definitely need another receiver. But I think we can end at 7. Smith, Higgins, McLaurin, O'Dunes. 5 through C-Watt. If we think Ricky's going to rise, that's the thing. Like, if Ayuk leaves and it's not to like Cleveland where you're getting this pick swap of Amari, Ricky's a big riser. So if we want to lean into Ricky being around like pick 100, you're getting 6 receivers by pick 100. Ooh, I like one of these too as well. Jermaine Burton there. Don't have we have T. Higgs. Shit. And then Luke McCaffrey goes off at 185. Like, just like, why? Oh, why? Let's go Dortch here. Let's pair Dortch with Trey Benson. Get this team mini. Let's get the team mini. No Cap says, I'm interested in seeing a marathon of sprints. There's always some dead teams, Charlie says, in the sprint. Yeah, there is. Which is crazy. You're getting a pretty high price point for new players to play in, $50 entries, and you're getting 5 badgeless in this room. Makes it super appetizing to want to draft another. But yeah, I do plan on doing 10 to 12 of these. This is number 5. I think in every other draft, Jewish McCaffrey was in, so I'm surprised to see him miss a sprint. How many? Is it max 150? It is max 150, which is interesting in a 22,000 person tourney. Marathons have been super soft. It's just, can you get your QB stacks? Can you safely secure your QB stacks? I think we can lean into 2 QBs on this team too. It just throws me off a little bit with the 2 rookies, I will say. Let's go team correlation here. Romo Dunes, Caleb, leverage the Taylor Swift teams. Yeah. Let's bring in Roshan here. Stopping at 5 it's an option. It's an option. Smith, Higgins, Terry, O'Dunes, Seawatt, Ricky, Dortch. I think Dortch is nice for this team where you have some rookies, could start slow. You have Seawatt who can just disappear for weeks at a time and then have those massive spike weeks. I think Dortch is nice for this team. So I'm glad we went Dortch. We have 1 pick left. Definitely an interesting team. Brandon, we've already done this. I don't know if we've done it on stream, but I think it's completely viable. Love Stars calling a shot saying, I'm taking down something big this season. And he's not talking about going to the bars. The snowman in the house. What's up, baby? Can you give a 15-second sprint strategy pitch? Dude, you want upside, all right? You want the big hitters. You want players like Achane, players like Breece Hall, players that can break fantasy football. You also want to leverage the other side of the ball. When you go Breece Hall, you're leveraging Garrett Wilson, right? When you go Achane, you're leveraging elite pieces like Waddle, like Hill. You're stealing those touchdowns away. Same thing with T. Higgs. We're leveraging the Cincy side with another elite piece with Chase. So kind of thinking to a different level of what your draft selections actually mean. Likely you're leveraging Mark Andrews. You're drafting like you're right. You know, that's kind of Love Stars like that one. Oh, dear. Max of 150 is pretty much the only reason I decided to skip the sprint. I'm surprised it's 150, but again, they want the contest to fill. And one of those ways is bumping it to 150. Jermaine Burton's here. Also, Javon Baker's a last receiver. Both fun options. I do worry a little bit about New England being able to get the ball down the field with their O-line. Another pitch is getting a scroll DF down guy. Malik Washington's fun. Malik Washington's a scroll. People are drafting Ray McLeod. I just can't do it. I'm not there. Even though like Rondell's out for the year, like that's fine. Another one, like if I have T-Law, like I'm 100% bringing in Parker Washington. Like, if I have T-Law here, the bet against Gabe Davis is just it's a little too fun at this point. One of these two is interesting. We have a little Buffalo correlation. Let's go Javon here. Javon making some early plays. They also like Malik Washington a lot. Let's go Javon in this spot. Probably can lean into these 7. I think we end up getting a luxury pick here. We start double RB. You have to lean into these guys hitting the roster every single week they're active, except for their bye weeks. In that case, you're hoping other people fill. Njoku and Likely, again, this is just drafting like you're right. Leaning into pick 100 Njoku. Leaning into Likely, maybe two tight end sets, maybe Andrew's injury for that extra upsize where he really hits. End of season upside, major spike weeks with C-Watt. I liked how this one turned out. I think it's a good advance rate team. I think it's a good team for the playoffs as well, which that's really all you're hoping for. That is really all you're hoping for. Oh my God. Wait. I just got the most random text for a job opening at Fiverr. Like, they must have seen these YouTube thummies or something because they're elite, right? They're elite. What do you guys want to see? First one that gets to 3. BBM, marathon, or sprint. First one that gets to 3 in the comments. No repeat customers. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Kobe wants sprint. Oh, marathon making a comeback. Oh! All right. I have to see if this is the official ruling. I have to go to the YouTube, make sure. Yep, marathon hits. The marathon hit. All right, boys. Good luck. Waiting on 9. Oh my. A Pounders draft. An absolute Pounders draft incoming. Oh dear. All right, I do quickly while this fills. I joined the marathon, right? Not the Mastiff. Okay, we're waiting on 8. I do want to see how many dead teams. That was number 4. Did I get one canceled? That was number 3? Oh, I'm going to have to check the email. I could have swore that was number 5. Oh, no. All right, is there any dead teams? How'd this 12 team turn out? 3, 4, 8, 3. At least he stopped at 4 there. I don't love bringing in Carr with Rodgers and Hurts. I think that's kind of gross. 3 tight ends, whatever. Wide receiver. This is, teams. I'm sorry. It's dead. Goff, Staffy, Levis. Laporta, Kittle, strong. Decent at receiver. I mean, it's going to be below average, but he caught up. RBs are fine. It's not completely dead. Kyler, Love, McBride, Knox. The super stack in Green Bay. Double stack in Arizona. RBs probably too much. I'm definitely stopping at Khalil Herbert. Give me another receiver instead of Estime here. On bad Green Bay days or on days that they're just getting the tutties on the ground, you're kind of going to be hurting. You have to start 3. I think it's close, though. I think just one more receiver instead of Estime there, and I would probably like it a lot better. And let me make sure that draft is not like starting without us. We're waiting on one more for the marathon if you want to jump in the live stream draft. Stroud, Herbert, and Mayfield. I'm definitely stopping with 2 here. Goddard, Freiermuth, and Greg Dulcich. Okay. White, Harris, Swift, Javante. This is fine. 4 receivers. 5th receivers, Quentin Johnston. This is kind of tough for me. Everywhere else looks fine. But yeah, this probably had to be a receiver at 160. I'm fine with the capital at RB. Goddard and Freiermuth, I think you can definitely lean into those 2. But all right, FF Links. Dak and Danny Dimes. Kelsey and Kincaid. You went the double elite tight end route. Bijan, Henry, Connor, Eckler. I'm fine with that. Debo, Deontay Johnson, Sutton, Cooks, Mike Williams, Michael Wilson, Wanda. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with it. He definitely gets different here. Usually the teams look a lot worse than this that are double elite tight end. So let's see the next team. Crash Rich is very sharp. So Lamar and Kirk Cousins with Pitts and Jonnu. I like that. James Cook, Moss, Dowdle, J.K. Dobbins was the insta-click. Braylon Allen and Prince. Prince, someone that wasn't being drafted a lot of, but in this contest, that's also only 20% full. I'm not sure how much that actually matters right now. If it was like 80% full, 60% full, even 50, like whatever, but 20 is not that big a deal. Must just believe in him, which is fine. Jefferson, London, DJ Moore, Coleman, Hopkins, Shaheed, Polk, and Burton. I like this receiver room. I mean, you have 6 receivers by Shaheed. You bring in Polk and Burton at 210. Like, fuck. Fun team. Fun team from Crash Rich. I would have been interested in bringing in Burton. Is just like the double stack without Burrow didn't feel awesome. 6 spot, Allen, Burrow, and Russ. Ferg, Henry, and Jaceki. This is going to be a weak receiver room. Yeah, wide receiver 4, Shakir. This team's dead. So I'd say there's 2 dead teams so far right there. We pulled the 7 spot for the marathon. Best ball guy in the house. What's up, baby? ER7, Pounders. What's going on, man? How your drafts going this summer? Chris says he's at the 1-6. Chris Peacock. Do you wrap a pounder in the live stream? Fantasy Steve. Looks familiar. Why know what? I'm not seeing a lot of pounders in this room. Maybe they said, let's fade the noise. I want to say Griff. Griff is in the live stream. Griff is here at the 3 spot. Yeah, Bobby. We have 50. Weekly winners is so much fun. We did a stream before with Hayden Winks on his strategy for the weekly winners. Give that a watch and then go rip some weekly winners. You're going to want to draft 20 drafts today after watching that video. And we have Herzig coming on the channel next Thursday at 8 p.m. for a BBM draft. So guys, make sure you hit the bell for notifications. You're not going to want to miss that. And James, a.k.a. Eagles, a lot of Z's, is coming on the channel next week for a marathon little strategy and draft video. Someone that finished very high in drafters and is just very knowledgeable in the best ball space. All right, we're going JJ at 7. Let's play ball. Already maxed it? You sick. I know you don't do this, but it'll be nice to see you do a Yahoo mock draft. 12 full point PPR from the 3 spot. My at-home league, that is like legendary, $300 entry, $25 a week, weeks 1 through 14 to the highest scoring team, and then pays out first and second. That 10, it's a 10-man league. It used to be 12. It got voted down to 12 after people got voted down to 10 after people left. They didn't want to refill the spots. It's been 10 since. That league is a Yahoo league, and I can't make them switch to Sleeper. They just won't. A lot of old heads, and that league's a lot of fun. So maybe I'll live stream that. My Yahoo stats are disgusting. Oh, the Yahoo stats are disgusting. I only have like a 56% win rate, like game after game. But my first place win rate's like 29%. It's just all 10, 12-man leagues. There's 116 in there. Yeah, this could happen, Matt. The 24-hour live stream could happen. If you guys want to see that, go down, slap the like, do the thing for the YouTube engagement algorithm, and hit the subscribe button down below there-ish. And we'll get that 24-hour live stream. 24 guests will be the goal. Give us Debo, JJ. something that's not going to be ultra common. From here on out, 24% full. You're going to get that Debo rise, especially if you get the Ayuk news. I'm HN here. Let's get the spike week, guys. Just pair HN with everyone. This is the marathon. Again, you want players that are going to have those massive spike weeks. You don't really care when. You just want to add to your total points on your team. You're not really looking for end of season upside where you are looking for that for the sprint. You sort of want cumulative points all season long. Weeks 1 matters just as much as week 17 in this contest. So definitely changing your frame of mind when you're drafting this contest. Rookies probably should have a little more of a suppressed ADP, and I wonder if we see that. Zay Flowers goes at 45 in this, which is interesting. Worthy at 68. Odunze at 76. Yeah, so you are seeing rookies be discounted because they should be. Adam says almost at 50 likes. Holy, holy, holy. Appreciate you guys. Sorry about Debo. Yeah, I'm doing the exact same. Doing the exact same because he could be someone that would rise to about the 1-2 turn if you get the Ayuk leaving news and they don't get a player in return. So I think it's sharp. Can't blame you. This is your time to draft Adam Thielen. No, you missed it. The eliminator is already full. The eliminator is already full. You're still looking for upside in this contest. You're still looking for upside. I think we just saw Adam Thielen's revival year. Unfortunately, I'm not planning for it again. We will flip DK ahead of Ayuk here, but we'll see what Chris does. ER7 dropping the $10 dono. Appreciate you, brother. Like the video. Pretty soon you won't be able to respond. Oh yeah, I'll respond to all the comments. I'll put this shit on slow. We'll get to them all. Yeah, he goes DK. Probably pretty smart there. Josh Allen's interesting here as well. Just playing this out in a different way. Let's bring up Amari Cooper. We're just going to get 2 players in this same range where other teams aren't going to get this with Achane and Jefferson. You know what I mean? Like Achane is not falling, or Jefferson's not falling to 12, right? So you can get Jefferson, Achane here. You can bring up, I guess, Amari. That's the only other way to do it, but you can't get Jefferson here. So I do think this will be a little more unique, getting 2 players in this range at 42. I appreciate you, dude. Really do. Really do. ER7, a long-time listener. One of the first in the Discord. One of the first. If you guys aren't already in the Discord, just some legendary chats going on in there every single day. Rise or faller information, more efficient to go to that channel than it is Twitter sometimes. Drafting Debo at ADP 45 plus in Superflex is the move. Yeah, that sounds freaking juicy to me. Those Superflex drafts are so soft. So soft. So also being able to get a player like Brissett is interesting in that contest because you don't know how many games he's going to start. Does Drake May eventually get in there? Yes, but for how many games do you get Brissett to play in the playoffs? Like, you really just don't know. So Brissett is a hot target for me as a QB4 in the Superflex drafts right now. Sam Laporte, if he falls to us, would be interesting. Pickens goes. Pick 55. What do we want to do at 55? I'm between 2 players. Yeah, I was between Hurts and Laporte. Laporte is very interesting here. Laporte is very interesting. Do some quick math. Yeah. If I don't go Laporta, let's try this. We're going to try something. If he falls to us, great. If we don't get the fall, whatever. Laporta will be the more unique combination. ETN falls quite a bit. Here we go. We got a trivia question from Adam for the chat. Who had more 20-point weeks in 2023? Adam Thielen. Oh, God. Please tell me it's not Adam Thielen. I know it's not Pittman. I know it's not London. It's probably not Olave. Wilson had a sneaky okay season for having an absolute dumpster fire at QB, but it probably was Thielen in like that 6-game span. You're naming a lot of people that did bad, especially for their price, and then Adam Thielen, who absolutely smashed for his price. If you see Laporta in the 40s, you click him. Yeah, let's try something different. I think it's okay, but I want to get... Sorry about that. I want to get one player who's on my mind. There's one player I want to get on my mind. And if he falls to us, we feel really smart. If he doesn't, then we probably should have clicked Laporta at 42. Time will tell. Time will tell. Kincaid off at 49. I got to turn on the fan real quick. 1 sec. The basement is getting steamy. The basement is getting steamy. Thielen had 3. That combination had 2 total. Yeah, it was pretty gross. I'm sort of been fading the Olave, which has been scary because you have people like Herzig and other sharp people that are just like, yeah, I click them when I see them. It's like, God, I wish I could get to that confidence level. I'm just not there. McBride goes at 53. Kirk goes. Oh, shit. We have to catch up a receiver. I sort of want to make that same bet on Jaden Daniels here, if possible. Dude, the camera fan is on. I'm gonna double check, triple check. I already double checked. We're gonna triple check. The camera's not turning off today. Not on us. Not today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that fan's working. That fan's working overtime right now. Fan's working overtime. How many of these teams have tight ends? Oh shit. We may have fucked up. Let's see. A lot of these guys need to catch up at receiver. Otherwise, they're going to get boxed. I can see Respect or Snow taking a tight end, but these teams should really be catching up at receiver. So we'll see if the push works. See, the thing is, Thielen just had his best year. Like, there's no way he's going to outperform himself. His Carolina's best year, I should say. There's no way he's having even a similar year. I just don't see it. And even then, if he has an okay season, I think a lot of those spike weeks will come in the beginning of the season. All right, so we read the room correct. You're getting a fall on these tight ends. I do, however, think Kittle will rise above Kyle Pitts. We're making this same bet with everyone, right? We're making this same bet with Ricky. We're making this same bet with Debo. We'll take George Kittle at 66. Dude, Nick drops 5 in the chat. I appreciate you, Nick. Let's go. Who got the 5? Hood, Steve, Troy, Joe Candy, Austin. We got some lurkers in the chat. Congrats to you guys. My God. Nick, you're the man. Nick, are you worried at all about Ray Day with the fumbling shit going on? Or are you still drafting him? Says happy Friday. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate you, dude. Got to get you back on Monday. I think Monday we're gonna shoot for with Nick this upcoming week. Oh my God, no. There's no bigger smash. If he starts all 17 games, if he starts the last 10 games, there's probably no bigger smash. So even if he starts the last 8, you're probably getting, what, 3 pretty big weeks. And just the upside of having Justin Fields as a rushing QB for the playoffs would be big. The thing is, no one knows. I don't know. You don't know. The coaches probably don't know. The coaches don't know. They expect the season to go one way, and we'll just sort of see what happens. If Russ stays afloat, if Russ plays 500 ball, he's probably not being benched. They're probably going to ride him into the sunset. Can they get there with the run game, taking pressure off of Russ? If they get Ayuk, another weapon, Russ is probably even less likely to be benched. You could tell a story. You could tell a story. Oh God, this would be this would be crazy. This would be crazy. Now you're gonna make me check my Tolbert bags. 5%. That's got to get up. That's got to get up just because of ER7. Nah, man. Jerry pays everyone. Come on. Jerry pays everyone. I might get paid by Jerry. 0231. I sort of want to lean into this with Jacksonville with ETN. We have Achan. Jaden Daniels at 99. Do we push him to 103? That's going to be... I like McConk here too. But let's go BTJ. Let's just grab our guys. Let's lean into the Jacksonville correlation. If we assume that the Jacksonville pieces are mispriced, aka Trevor Lawrence as well, the thing is, will the Ingram team pass up on Trevor Lawrence at 113? That might have just cucked us by 1 pick. We got to hope this guy is planning on another QB. Purdy. I don't know if he's going to have enough receivers to click Purdy in that position. He would have to go Purdy at like 104, or if Purdy's there at 113. Yikes. We'll see. We'll see. We don't absolutely need Trevor Lawrence here, but I would like one of T-Law and or Purdy to go with Jane Daniels. Let's see. We could lean into Deshaun Watson again. We could lean into our man JJ, but that's probably the least likely for me in the marathon, especially if he's at risk to miss games. This is the contest where week 1 matters just as much as week 17. So taking zeros against a field of 150,000, not going to be ideal. Not going to be ideal. Like if the Addison suspension happens at any time, it hurts just as much. I'm not going to be leaning into double RB at this price. I do think there are a few combinations that I do like, however. I think it is possible to do with the Washington RBs. I think it's possible to do with the Tennessee RBs, especially with the coach speak, around about a 50-50 split. I think that's an interesting one. If you bet on this team having a good season, especially on the ground, that's one that interests me. Denver's another one I think you can do it with, especially with the coach speak of how they want to run these RBs. RB1 and RB2 at around 40% each. It's kind of telling. I think the key there is finding who's going to be that RB2 at that discounted price. Want to hold hands in our last... Oh, man, that's right. Nick has 1 BBM left. That's definitely going to be like a 3 a.m. jump in. Or we could do it on stream. We can go covert mission. Oh, God. Chat's getting wild. So far for the listeners, we have a 1-2-4-1. Jaden Daniels, Achan Etienne Jr., Justin Jefferson, Amari Cooper, Terry McLaurin, Brian Thomas Jr., and Kittle. Debo is even better in this contest, in my opinion. because you're leveraging CMC rushing touchdowns. I think Debo's really strong in this contest. Anything happens to CMC, like Debo makes out a lot. He makes out a lot. Think you will get a mix of multiple guys at RB if you were to go down. Debo being in the mix, so 3 RB backfield. Dobbs goes. Dobbs was going to be one of the guys we're going to target here. Oh man, I like this team already. No QBs, but he has who? He has Tua to target. He has the double in KC, which I don't love. Like, how does the double in KC hit? He was obviously trying to set up the Mahomes, right? So what happened? No, he drafted Hollywood after Mahomes was off. And Rashee. So ping-ponging, I don't know. It's a tough sell. It's a tough sell. How do you have an elite season, players that outpay that price? Griff brings in his second QB, Jordan Love. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Donnie Shark goes B-Rob. D-Rap has the correlated Chase Brown on the board. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So we did the sprint first high, and now we're in the marathon. So, yeah, we're doing the ultimate overlay hunting. Multiple contests that have the chance. He does bring in the correlated Chase Brown. All right. Cortland Sutton it is. Cortland Sutton it is. Dear Lord. Who's our next? Click 114. Or it's Purdy here. We can lean into Purdy. Kittle. Try to bring in Ricky. Did T-Law go? T-Law's still there. I still think we go Sutton here. Let's go Sutton and hope we get one of these two back to us. If not, we have Deshaun Watson. We have Bo Nix, which could be an interesting 3 QB combo with Jaden Daniels. Yeah, that video last night, Ty, was hilarious on Pete's stream, the randomizer. An absolute legendary stream. One of the only randomizers. There's probably been like 3 or 4 that I've seen from start to finish. That was one of them. Because I just didn't know. When Tyler got up, left the room, each chance, Vegas had a line that he was going to return to the stream with no pants on. I lost every bet. He kept his pants on. It's crazy. It's crazy. The odds were not there. Want to split a big dog? Yeah, I'll split a big dog. But I want to do it on stream. Preferably. One of these two. Baby come back. If not, Tony Pollard's there. Single bum's there. Goddard's there. Be an interesting double tight end combo. Would be very strong. What else could we do? The thing is, in this contest, if you expect multiple QBs to play, if you expect Brissett to play 6 games, Drake May could be a little tougher sell for me. If you expect Russ to play 6 games, Justin Fields could outpay his price at ADP. Goddard gone. We're getting one of these 4. This guy's got to catch up at receiver. I don't think he knows that, though. Single bum, take it back. TP off the board. Don't have any correlation. Oh, God. Ayuk's gone. Don't draft Purdy. Ayuk's gone, man. Let him go. You need a receiver. You need Khalil Shakir. Oh! Didn't this guy have correlation? You had Debo. You didn't want the Debo with Hurts. He goes single bum. I'm cool with it. There is a drop-off, most likely, after single bum's off the board. We get to pair Purdy with Kittle. I think we're done at 2 QBs. Jaden Daniels and Brock Purdy, that is a fun combination. I'm going to lean into these two. I'm very happy with that. Please leave T-Law for me, Chris. It wasn't even an option, bro. It wasn't even an option. He went to the naked, just naked T-Law, baby. The marathon streets have been like this. How does T-Law get you to beat 150,000 teams? Oh my. You're not drafting against your pod. You're drafting against everyone. You're just getting into a group of 150K after this ends. There's no weeks 1 to 14. So like, I don't know how T-Law naked. It's got to be the Parker Washington. It's the Gabe Davis Parker Washington backstack. Benny, I'm not sure what it was. I didn't remove anything. Oops, didn't know we were in a room together. I'm drafting like a bum. 2N. Where are you? Is it an obvious? What's your draft position, 2N? Pollard or Spears? Good question. I'm Pollard, though. I like them both. But I have Pollard ahead. It's sort of like Najee and Warren. I like them both, but I have Najee ahead. We get a run at RB. I like this draft so far. Another thing with Sam Laporta is like the pressure of having to finish as a top 2 tight end, right? In this case, he goes off the board as tight end 2. The pressure of having to finish his top 2 tight end. Whereas if we go Kittle at 66, we have the chance of Kittle finishing as tight end 1. There's the chance if Ayuk leaves. A lot of vacated targets. So there's value there, right? I think in the marathon, you're looking for players like that. Players that can exceed their ADP by a lot. Can outscore their ADP by a lot. Firemuth here is interesting, but also RB in this range is important. Oh, God. RB first, and then I think I have a plan. Who do we like best here? I'm not clicking a ton of Eckler. Is this the Eckler click here? The 1%? Is this the fade the Eckler fade? We have Terry McLaurin. We have Jaden Daniels, pass catch and RB. I could be sold on it. In this situation. Oh, it feels so bad. But listed as basically a co-starter with B-Rob. I would rather correlate Eckler here instead of B-Rob with Jaden Daniels. This is one of those 1% situations. I think that it actually could make sense. I mean, with that news too, and you get the fall, it's like, if he rises, I'm going to have absolutely none, so. Ooh. Looks like we might have Liam Murphy coming on the channel for the first time Wednesday around 3 p.m. Eastern. Still to be solidified. Very cool. I'd be very excited to bring in Liam. He's a very smart dude. In August, drafting requires a big brain. Some of the thinking requires a big brain. Oh, this is such an interesting spot. I think we're going to go. So Polk was 1. We could either go Downs. We could ignore Washington here. We could go. I got to wait. I think they're in the live stream. The fade on Eckler is scary. Nick says dust. We'll see. He could have a decent role in the red zone. If he has that role in the red zone, I'm afraid. If he doesn't, because we think Jaden Daniels is going to steal some, we think B-Rob's going to be the power back, I'm good on the fade. Charbonnet was going to be the guy, and if he's off the board, we had J.K. Dobbins as the backup plan. Also, Polk, if he was there, would have been interesting. All right. Let's see if it all works out. 5 receivers so far: Jefferson, Amari Cooper, McLaurin, BTJ, and Sutton. 5 receivers, Threw about pick 100's nice. Elite at tight end. Very balanced draft. So now we just need to land the plane. That's it. Just got to land the plane. What are the percentage of pilots that drink? Actually, we're not even going to get into it. Daniel says, I don't know if I'm buying the whole, if Ayuk leaves, there will be so many vacated targets argument. Stats show that the whole offense suffered when he wasn't playing, including Debo and Kittle stats. I believe the Debo splits were, fantasy-wise, very positive for Debo. I'll have to check the splits with Kittle with Ayuk out. Chris in the house says, Pounders. What's up, baby? Someone check the splits on Kittle with Ayuk out last season. The other thing is, like, Debo was my number one drafted before any of that news happened. He was my number one draft in the second round. So if anything, it's little bonuses. If Ayuk leaves, though, there's a large portion of targets getting spread around. Dotson went off. Mooney went off. AD's still there. AD's interesting with the Josh Downs injury news. Josh Downs goes at 136. Yeah, I've been hammering Debo all year as well. I just think he was probably the safest click there. Also had a high upside. And the leverage off CMC, if you're not getting CMCs, just very strong in a single game slate, especially in a 539 person final like BBM. Ooh, okay. Ricky falls to us. We get to bet on Kittle and Ricky here. I think that's a lot of fun. We get him at 151, so not even that much of a price bump. Let's go. Let's go as our wide receiver 6. And again, going to have a few teams like this leaning into the Ayuk leaving situation. If it doesn't happen, Ricky can still hit. Probably needs an injury, though, in my opinion. And you're getting him in the 13th. AD goes off in 154. I really like that price on AD. Really like that price on AD. Even in a contest like this, he should be starting. I mean, if Josh Downs misses any time, you're going to see a lot of AD. And I think it's a matter of time before he takes the rollover from Alec Pierce. But Alec Pierce starting off training camp strong, so good for him. If we're 1 year off on Alec Pierce, oh shit, I'll be a little salty. Not gonna lie. The size is there, the speed is there. Nick says, love some Ricky. Yeah, we have bags of Ricky in the big board in the 20th, 19th round. So after the landing spot, I was excited. I was more excited for the big board shares than I was to draft him at ADP. But I have my eye on 2 players here. 2 players. Jalen Wright was one of them. Wright and Achane, I think, is interesting. If you want to bet on one of the Miami backs going down, if you want to bet on a Mostert injury with his age, I think bringing in that combination is really fun. Fant goes, I think Hunter Henry here is the play. Hunter Henry is just going to have a great season. That's the way I'm drafting. He's just going to have a great season. It's not going to matter if Brissett's in, because Brissett, he's been one of his favorite targets in training camp so far. Been reading a lot of Pat's newspapers, beat reporters, but not just on Twitter, like the actual beat back home. Oh, God, it's the second one. There's a second one. Yeah, Jennings is going to be in the mix. There's no doubt. No doubt. DeMar Douglas, Antonio Gibson off the board. Who are we looking at? 175. 175. Did Braylon Allen already go off the board? He's at 196 in this contest. Interesting. Interesting. Pepitone in the house. What's up, Pep? All right, so 2-6-8-2 seems pretty strong. We could add a third tight end if we needed it. I think a last round tight end could be fine here. I'll lean into these two for BBM. I'll lean into these two in the sprint. I think you can go 3 in the sprint. But in BBM, I'm probably leaning into just these two in a 500-person, 539 final. In the marathon, 150K, we'd really have to nut on Kittle and Henry ping-ponging spike weeks. I think 3 tight ends makes sense with this build, and we're going to have a luxury pick at the end. So if we stop at 5 RBs, we can go 3 tight ends. We can still get 8 receivers. Like, we don't even need 8 receivers. So this is going to be an interesting one, how we finish off. It's going to be an interesting one. Right now we're doing the marathon, Will. If you want to scroll back to the sprint, I'll be at the beginning of the video. Jalen McMillan's interesting, but raw points from week 1 on to Marcus Robinson really interests me here. He's basically a more expensive Tolbert, a more expensive Greg Dortch. I understand that. Let's go Jono here. Let's live a little bit. If we're going to bring in someone, we're going to bring in someone that can have a big spike week. I think Jono makes a lot of sense in this spot. I like McMillan, but in this contest, maybe just a little less. I like this team, though, from Snow. It's a strong team. Brings in both Seattle RBs. Probably not a lot of people doing that, which might mean you should want to do it. I think that combo is pretty fringe of bringing in double RBs. I think it's interesting, though. Bellinger. Ah, man. Theo Johnson's getting the steam right now. We're definitely turning off tight end, though. We're done with Kittle, Henry, and Jonnu. Spike week guy. Spike week guy. Should be pretty consistent. I like this tight end room. What happened? Where are you drafted from? Oh, shit. Okay, you're right here. You're right here. I see you. What happened? Josh Allen and Baker. Okay. Brings in Curtis Samuel. Ooh, first receiver Pittman. Worthy, wide receiver 3. Okay, it didn't look terrible. We'll look at it afterwards. Oh my God. Oh man, how I wish I could have. You know, it happens a lot in the marathon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 badgeless. Like, the streets are crazy. Are you one of them? I know Chris is here. Chris knows what he's doing. If you're watching content, like, you don't really count when I use the derogatory term of badgeless. Oh, shit. Greg Dortch is interesting in this spot. Another one's Luke McCaffrey. I think we split the buck with Luke here. But do we want to go our hashtag our guy this year and Rashawn Johnson first? We're making such a big bet on RJ. Like, why would we stop? Like, why would we stop? We're just not gonna. We're just not. We're not leaving. We're not leaving. We got 2 clicks left. I'd be happy with, I have like 3 people in mind for this. Tolbert goes off early at 183. What's his ADP? 188. Probably a very slim chance that he was going to come back to us anyways. Oh, yeah, 199. Like next to 0. I like the Tyler Boyd click there. I think there's a minimal difference between DeMarcus Robinson, Boyd, Dortch, Tolbert, Jermaine Burton at 184 is interesting. Griff grabs Dortch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as his wide receiver 7. He brings him in with Myers, Deontay Johnson. Yeah, couple spike week guys with Hill and Mike Evans. I like the usage there. So hopefully we did successfully push our stack in Luke McCaffrey. I like Khalil. What are we at in Khalil? We're at 5%. This is BBM too. So it's not like we're at 0. You've had a big, not even a rise from RJ. You'd have a big fall from Herbert though, where they're actually going relatively close to one another in ADP now. I'm not bringing in a lot of Luke McCaffrey, but here for the stack, I think it makes sense. Yeah, I agree with this. And I also think Rashawn Johnson, there's a small world in which he doesn't at least pay out his current ADP. I find it very, very difficult for him not to at least pay out his ADP and then have the upside of potentially having a large role with an injury, which a lot of these RBs, you're hoping for that. But I think that no matter what, he still outpays his ADP with a couple spike weeks. They're going to ride the hot hand in some games. So if he's just that guy that gets mixed in and when he's got the hot hand, he gets those games, I'm good with that. With the potential of an injury to the number 1 and having a large role. And then having some of the passing down work being, so we get Luke here. I think this was played pretty well. Do we stop here at 7 and go with 6 running back? We don't need it. Justin Jefferson, Cooper, McLaurin, Brian Thomas, Sutton, Ricky, and Luke. We probably need the receiver. Yeah, Rashawn he's been like a steady faller over the last year. I'll pull up bestballoverlay.com. So if you're not fully up to date with the ADPs, and again, this is going to be BBM. This won't be the marathon ADPs, which are separate, right? But he has fallen since May, but Herbert has fallen quite a bit himself. Herbert starting at 182, went to 190, 188. So he's been climbing at the very end. I wonder why. People are hyped for, I know he got a little bit of steam in some of the recent news. He trucked someone in practice. I don't think there's a clear RB2 there, but in my opinion, the bigger back, the younger guy, the guy with the better draft capital in the 3rd round versus Khalil Herbert's 6th round, the trade spectacle around Herbert, with all that added up, I became the RJ guy. Herbert's rising because he's better than Swift. Shit. I've been fading Swift, but a lot of sharp content creators and websites, big websites, are on Swift. I'm like, Jesus. We just saw him with Philly's O-line, and it wasn't amazing. So he'd have to get there in the passing game in a big way. And he can. Ooh. Get a free estimate here is very, very spice. God. Or we can go receiver. Tez is interesting. Johnny Wilson, Van Jeffy. Van Jeffy's interesting. Pittsburgh. Hyatt's gone. Let's go Van Jefferson here. Just as a random piece. Maybe even if he's good for those early spike weeks while some of these rookies establish roles, while Robin Wilson's still being added to the offense back from injury, going to be set back. I think Van Jeffy's an interesting add to this team. Another one, Ray McLeod would be interesting. Bo Melton. I know a lot of people like Bo. Noah Brown's interesting as well. Some of these late scrolls, Malik Washington down here, Jacob Cowing having some good practices. A.T. Perry. I saw a positive tweet on A.T. Perry. They do exist. Might be at risk might be at risk though of just being cut. Parker Washington definitely should be a name. Naylor down here should be a name that we should be looking at. Tipton, if you think the A.T. Perry news is correct with him just sucking. Malik Washington's interesting. We have the double stack in Miami though. So maybe not for this team, but he should definitely be in the mix here. KJ Osborne, I'm just going to lean on the younger guys. But in this situation, we go Van Jeffy. Getting talk as the wide receiver 2 is just in the 18th round. None of these guys are the wide receiver 2 in their offense. Not going to have a lot of Van Jeffy, but in the marathon, also trying to leverage a lot of teams. I think it's an interesting way to do it. We stop here with 5 RBs. I'm good with the capital. The two QBs, I think this is a good pairing of just ceiling and floor. And then double stacks with both teams. Good amount of spike week guys from Jonnu Kittle. Ends up being a fun team. Let's cover some of the Pounders drafts. Lamar and Love with Musgrave and Andrews correlates both QBs with tight ends. Kyron, Moss, Ford, Ty Chandler, Pierce. I love this team. Hill, Evans, Deontay Johnson, Watson, Myers, Bateman, steals doors from us. And Yoshi Voss. This is a fun squad. What's funny is like the wide receiver 3 in Cincy, whether it's Burton, whether it's Yoshi Voss, whether it's a mix of the two of them, goes so much later than the wide receiver 4 in Green Bay. That's Juju is cut. Yeah, it was bound to happen. He's playing with the 3s. Who else was in here? We had Chris in the 6 spot, Stroud, Rogers, and Fields. Laporta and Freiermuth is fun. Brees Hall, Stevenson, Mostert, Chubb, and Justice Hill. Don't love the Justice Hill click, but maybe can he hold on to that 3rd down role? And that would be important for him. But yeah, 3 RBs through Mostert. A lot of touches. Collins, Metcalf, Kirk, Palmer, Dotson, Douglas, Tyler Boyd, and Franklin. So I think the Boyd click should be a higher upside guy. You already have more expensive Boyds. Like you have Douglas, you have Palmer, you have Kirk. I don't know if Boyd really serves a huge purpose for this team. I like the Troy Franklin, like unknown upside rookie. In this team, it could make sense. Laporta and Freiermuth is a great combo. This will be a fun team to watch out for. Who else was in this one? I know we had the 12 spot. Yeah. Imagine signing Juju instead of Myers. Couldn't be us. Couldn't be us, right? Still in pain. Josh Allen and Mayfield extending Myers, I should say. Njoku, Sinnott, and Juwan Johnson. I like that combo. A little uncertainty with Juwan. Gibbs, Taylor, Harris, McLaughlin, and Elijah Mitchell. Pittman, Godwin, Worthy. Curtis Samuel, Shaheed, Gabe Davis, Mike Williams, and Leggett. First receiver. Man, you really put off your second receiver, even after going Pittman as your first. What I know he said, I wish I had my $15 back, but what happened? 12 spots tough. Was there a big... You started double RB. Classic. 2N was at the 10. Yeah, so double RB starts can look pretty tough. A-Rich and Herbert, this is a fun combo. With Bowers and Theo Johnson leaning into those rookies. Bijan, Saquon, Tony Pollard, Wright, and Tracy. I like the RB room. He starts double RB. Diggs, Dell, but goes receiver, which I think is smart. Doesn't get Stroud with Diggs and Dell. Keenan Allen, Ladd, J-Mo, Cooks, Mitchell. I like the receiver room. a lot. What happened? Who stole Stroud? Chris stole Stroud. Oh, he steals him with Nico. Did you have a chance, though? Oh yeah, see if you go Diggs and Tank Dell, and you have A Rich come back to you, you know that you want to go Stroud with one of those two clicks. In my opinion, I'm not going A Rich here. I'm not going A Rich there. I'm probably, if I'm not securing it here, I'm securing it there. But maybe sometimes if the Nico team goes elite QB, maybe here at 43, if like Jalen Hurts falls, I think you can test the waters. If you go A Rich to try to push him, and you might have like a 20% chance of getting him back. But yeah, I'm probably leaning into that double stack, but I was drafting best available. Is there a world in which A Rich hits so hard that it's fine to have that double stack? That would be quite the ping pong, especially in this contest with 150K. And then I don't think you got downs. Did you get, you got one of the stacks? You got AD. I'm probably, instead of Theo Johnson, I'm probably just going Jelani Woods here and leaning into the double stack. Someone's got to get the tutties, right? Can't all be A-Rich. Even if you think Pittman's overpriced, which I do. I think A-Rich will have a good season without Pittman outpaying his ADP. I would want one more piece for that offense. Maybe even, I think an interesting ad instead of Tyron Trace would be like Trey Sermon, who's been catching some touchdowns. So interesting little piece there, a little nugget for you guys that stuck around till the very end. Appreciate you guys coming out today. A little impromptu stream. We did the sprint for the first draft. If you didn't see that, scroll back for the $50 stream. And then, yeah, this was the 15. So appreciate you guys coming out. If you guys did enjoy the content, go down, slap the like on the live stream, hit the sub. We're on the way to 2K subs for the 24-hour live stream before NFL kickoff. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you hit the subscribe. We're almost at 1910. So I appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you on the next one. Pounders.